Chili Spaghetti Championship, or even the La Scatena Feel the Heat Jalapeno Eating Challenge. No, they have arrived at this moment of glory by the wheeling and dealing, as well as the most likely payback from their fellow co-workers. Co-workers opened their wallets and with their dollars said, "You deserve to eat pie." The dollars raised to see our friends and co-workers immerse their faces in chocolate pie all go to support the Brian Koria Scholarship Fund. The annual recipient of the scholarship uses the money to further his or her education in the healthcare field. Now, there is a growing number of you in this audience who never knew Brian Koria. At the time of his untimely and tragic death in March of 2007, Brian was one of the house unit clerks, the Hucks, in the emergency department. He was also the safety officer for St. Joseph's, through which he met many of the staff. If an eating event such as this had been held during Brian's time, I'm sure he would have been in the thick of things, collecting donations, strategizing to make sure a targeted fellow employee made it into the contest. Brian loved all things food. He kept track and coordinated the flow of food into the emergency department staff break room, as well as, how should I say that, maybe better than, he kept the flow of patients in and out of the ER on a busy summer Sunday weekend. Brian would have had great fun with this event, having fun together, enjoying one another's company, and doing something good for a worthy cause. So we are doing just that. There's one other quality Brian had by the truckloads. That was his ability to care for others, even when they were really difficult people to deal with. He lived our core values every day, every shift that he worked. His deep caring for co-workers was lived out by his clear understanding that I will cover your back. Brian loved life, he loved what he did as a professional, and he cared for others, so let us do likewise. Now, let us get ready to rumble. Representing pharmacy and pharmacy workers across this nation, whose motto is, "There is more than mushrooms," is Dave Otterness. Dave was born in Koria, North Dakota. He spent his growing years in Beach, North Dakota, growing up where trees are scarce and the wind blows constantly. He learned to ride horses and to eat. After a hard day of riding the range in search of lost doggies, battling scrub brush, dust, dirt, and wind, Dave would have an eating contest with his horse. The horse never won. Dave grew to love pie. Maybe it was his Norwegian ancestry, for I have heard that his name Otterness translates as plundering, pillaging pie eater. Dave learned to love pie, heavyweight pies, pies whose pans on the prairies of western North Dakota would not fly off the picnic table, even in a strong wind when there was only one piece left in the pan. Pies with local names like Prairie Berry, Badlands Banana, and Grasshopper Pie, and that's without the creme de menthe. Please welcome the lover of all pies, the descendant of Viking pie eaters, pie eater extraordinaire, Dave Otterness. Okay. You do have to know that you have to take this off. Representing. Okay. Well, you know, when I preach, I have a microphone that usually does. I've heard of eating the microphone, but this is ridiculous. Jason is going to have to check on this as one of his last punch list duties. Representing administration is our own president and CEO, Ben Koppelman. Ben was recruited from Albany Hospital 3 years ago for his keen leadership skills within Catholic health initiatives. But there is a little known fact about that recruitment. Ben is well known within CHI for his pie eating skills as well. We checked the inside CHI community entitled Pie Eaters, a surprisingly large community, and found that Ben has been ranked #1 pie eater within CHI CEOs for the last 5 years. Which makes one wonder what those CEOs do when they get together at the annual conferences. Ben received his Bachelor's of Science degree in double quest method, which allows him to teach at the high school level from Koria College in 1995. He was president of his honors group, Alpha Alpha Apple Pie, an organization known for their philanthropy through pie-eating fundraisers. He went on to further his education and received his master's in cream pie speed consumption with an emphasis on banana and coconut from the University of Minnesota School of Business in 2000. Applying this knowledge base to evidence-based practice in pie eating, Ben improved his HCAPS quality pie eating scores 10% over the last quarter. We all know that this is all about quality, not quantity. From administration, Ben Koppelman. Our next contestant is an energetic young man who takes on all challenges and challengers. Raised in the suburb of the booming